we're gonna make the cheese spinach ravioli. So I got my dough right here. Put a little flour and stretch it. And remember how I tell you that this is how you're gonna manage to get the edges all even. Flip it, take a little bit of flour, and I still, by putting my hand in there, it's too thick. We don't want a dough with pasta. We want everything even. And also you can do this with different kind of flour. You know, you don't just have to use semolina. In my case, I mixed, as you remember, I mixed semolina and white Italian flour. But you can do gluten-free, you can do spelt, you can do all kind of chickpea flour, chestnut flour. You can really go wild, because pasta just means it's a dough that can be manipulated like this, but the flour part of it can be really anything you want it to be. And these days we have access to a lot of different dough, different flour. One last stretch. Just like any workout, stretching is the most important part. Okay, now we have it. This is it. I'm liking it. Now, we can do them round, square, whatever. In this case, we made them square. I might show you both ways. To make them square, again, just like we did with tortellini, we're going to decide the size. So, if I want to make him like this, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to, as you can see, this have this wavy edge. I can just go straight wavy edge, but then after I stick them together, that's going to be waste. So I'm going to go straight edge and take this off, and then we're going to decide that this is my side. I'm going to do that and do the next. Now here I can still probably do some by just taking the edge off of this, right? And at this point, take some of the edges off. 1, 2, and that's it. That's it. Go wherever I have the straight edge. So I'm going to start over there. I'm going to cut this part off, and I'm going straight across. Next, and this is what we're going to do. And put that back over there. Now, remember that to make one of those, you need 2 of this. So I made this filling with a mixture of cheeses and spinach, different cheeses. We're going to talk about that in a different episode. But so as usual, I make my little filling. Now remember, you have to skip one, because one is going to need another one to finish the job. So what we are going to do is we're gonna do our painting here, like that, on on all the sides they have the filling. I'm going to use this one. Alright, and that is this. You know, once in a while, wipe your fingers, make sure everything is like that. Now, I think my dandy wheel, I want to put a wavy edge on it. So, I'm going to go as close to the edge, but make sure that I catch both sides of both layers. So I'm going just like that. Remember, this is going to be reused, so there's no waste. Same on this side. And then we do this, this. I can go all the way, but I'm just showing you how to just have these beauties. I remove that, and then here's your ravioli right there. We're gonna place on our parchment paper lined, sprinkled with semolina. So you wanna make them round. Why don't I show you that? So another way to handle this is using some gadgets. I have these cutters that they come in different shapes. Really, this is the exact same thing we just did with the square ravioli, but we have, instead of using your little manual wheel, you know, straight edge or this, you can actually get one of this. So I put it over the ravioli that we just made, and all I have to do is press it down. I remove the edges, and there we go, done. Or you can go round, and again you could get different shape too, but now the same ravioli became round. There we go. Or if you want to be special for the special occasion, we got little hearts. You make sure that you actually, with your finger, try to shape it around that kind of shape. You cup the filling, you press down. You remove the excess, and guess what we got? A heart ravioli. Gotta love that. So as I said, the green one is going to be the tagliatelle. We can do different things. You know, of course, if you have one of those machines, you just make it in strip that are wide enough to go through the machine. And even some brands of mixers now have attachments that you could do that, or you can just simply go grandma style, or you can go what they used to do years ago. Make sure that they're on state, and just go like this. All right, and you go like this. You can really now what we have here is a bunch of tagliatelle, just like that, and there are two things you can do. You can let them dry like this, you see, nice and long. Right, on our pasta dryer. And yes, it's a pasta dryer, but remember, you do not need a dryer sheet in this case. You know what I mean? So, like that. And so you got the point. Or you just make like that. You do this, you put a little bit of semolina in it, you mix it, and you make a little nest, and you let it dry on a corner like that. There you have it.